I'm a cowgirl in a crystal shop, and I am going to go on my spiritual journey with all of you. And this is how I'm starting.
Let's see. I want to make sure it's actually working. Is it showing?
It says recording live.
It said it was crashing, so I just want to make sure that I can see it. Let's see.
I didn't know you're on it, man. Look at you. I have to tell you, I'm feeling all the energy right now.
Perfect. Yep, it's working. Okay, so here's the thing. What's amazing about you, and there's probably one other person I could probably do this with, but our energy specifically resonates on this level. When it comes to doing the personal work, this is very interesting what I'm about to say. I don't think I've shared this before. When it comes to maybe once doing personal development work, especially with how my brain works, I love to do things with people. I love to do things with an audience. I love to do things where there's this additional accountability where I have to step up. And it gives me that almost like a fix. The dopamine, the serotonin just get boosted. And I'm just like, I'm in it, I'm present, let's do this. What's going on? What are we doing? For some people, it may show up as, I'm anxious, what the hell am I doing? I don't know I'm live, what's going on? And that's how I was at the beginning. There's YouTube videos of me being like, oh, I don't know, look at my face. And it was just so embarrassing. But at the same time, I love that was my first video because over time, I became more and more comfortable to speak online and just share who I am authentically. And that's what helped boost exposure of who I am. And in that, people wanted to work with me because I'm just being that transparent. So the reason why I bring that up now is because you talk about how you want all of these things to happen, but you're not sure how to make it happen.
That's how easy it is?
It's as easy as looking at what is that next step and let's just do it. Some people feel like they need that time to prepare, but what I recognize in you, you are my mirror. I like to just do it. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. There are certain things that I may know that I have to do, maybe the mundane things, maybe the routine things, and then I don't do them. But the things that I'm really excited about, I know that it's best to take advantage of that when I'm at my peak, which is going live or having a one-on-one conversation, or when there's that engagement. That piece is what gets me going and gets me to do the work. How does that feel?
It feels amazing, and this feels incredible. I thought this would be a long, drawn-out process trying to figure out how to actually make this happen, and you clicked 2 buttons and pretty much made it all work for me and for us. So thank you.
Yeah.
And then my energy started doing this.
Which we can get into, because now you see, it's almost like, I love how you use that visual, because the at the car dealerships, those things that go like this. It's almost as if they're looking to put their energy towards something, but in a way they already are by being a symbol. They are grounded, and because they are grounded, they can be the kite that flies and does this, and it draws attention. That in itself is meaningful. That in itself is a symbol. That in itself is energy being utilized in the way that it was intended. What's great about you, like you were and are that antenna, right? It's like, I don't know what's happening. It's happening though. I feel the energy. I don't know what do I do with it? And it's okay if you don't know. At least at this point, you recognize that there's a lot of energy and people see it. So now you have the opportunity to broadcast it, like here. You even naturally introduced yourself as the cowgirl in the crystal shop. I didn't ask you to do that. You didn't like, I didn't even get to properly introduce this, but I was like, let's see how she responds to this.
No, it's nothing like throwing someone to the flames, you know, throw them to the wolves. It's good.
If your brain is like mine, then we thrive in chaos. And this is what you're thriving in right now. You see how you've become hyper-focused?
Yes.
Now you know, like, what do you want to do with this energy?
I want you to teach me how to use it, how to harness it. And I have so many crystals that I could be working with at the same time. I should go get them.
Who do you want to share this video with?
Anybody who's on a spiritual journey and is stuck or scared to try something new, or just someone who's curious about crystals and energies and Reiki, all of that. Anybody who wants to learn, because that's what I'm doing and moving forward on my spiritual journey.
You can go on YouTube right now and share this link. Who would you want to share that with right now?
Ooh, okay. So my mom would be mad if I didn't say her first, because she's my number one support. She's my number one fan. So my mom, but then, gosh, wow. I don't know. I really don't know.
I sent you the link so you can send it to your mom.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Oh my gosh, you are incredible. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna text her right now.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is twofold. Is the other thing I want to mention. Like, us doing the work is not meant to be selfish in a bad way. When we take care of ourselves and share what we're doing, it becomes a journey of self-love. And in that self-love journey, we're teaching others how to also self-love, which is, also a generational pattern that a lot of people have when it comes to feeling the need to sacrifice their all for somebody else, when it's so important to take care of you first. And when you do, then you can support others, which goes back to our conversation about energy and how your perception of energy. Do you mind sharing again what you said about energy and how you feel about it?
Energy to me is a beautiful thing. And I want to harness its power because I feel like it is a power within itself. But it's also really scary to feel such raw energy and not know what to do with it. It's intimidating, and it's also really exciting to think about what I could do with it. But I feel like when I am gonna give someone an energy exchange or a heart hug, it's really scary to be vulnerable, to really open up my energy, my power to someone else and let them in on such a really intense level.
Yes, 100%. I feel that your viewpoint is valid to how you see energy, because I do believe that we create our own reality. So if that is your reality, then that is what happens. And consider that's everyone has their own perceptions, their own realities. There's an opportunity to like see other people's realities and then learn what is my new evolved perception of reality now that I've learned about this other style, this other version of it. So consider this. When it comes to energy, it's neither created nor destroyed. It just is. And you may do that exchange. Also consider that you can create a space for yourself where you are abundant in energy, so you don't ever have to give or sacrifice energy away from yourself. So to give your self-love, so much love, you have what feels like excess, and giving that, you're never taking away from your own love. So that exchange is really you giving and giving. You can exchange that energy, but you're never really taking it away from yourself. You can exchange your energy to the point where you're depleted, and notice what happens to those who do. They are running on empty and they have nothing to give, and they're just a shell of themselves. And those are the people that we tend to be like, hey, take care of yourself, or let me help you. So then someone else is coming in to fill them up and really getting rid of their own energy. What I've learned in coaching and like my own spiritual journey is, how do I fill my own cup so much so that I can fill other people's cups or support them in filling their cups? How does that feel?
I think that's beautiful. I want to find a purpose where I can help people fill their cups. I want to be that abundance.
And so that means, that what I'm hearing you say is, you want to fill your cup so full that you have the capacity to fill it for other people.
Yes.
What does that energy feel like when you are so full?
I can feel it right now. It is in my chest. It's moving down my arms. It almost feels like I have golden wings. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And then I bring it back, and I know it's a really peaceful feeling.
Who would you want to share that with?
So many people, everyone. So you want specifics?
We can go into specifics, and notice how that answer is different from the answer you gave before. When I asked, who do you want to share this with? You did share it with 4 people, but you also had resistance about sharing it with more. Yes. Now you're like, I want to share it with people who I want to go the extra mile and say, who are willing to receive it. Because you can even give it to those who don't receive it, but you might not see them receive it. And that's also additional work for you to be like, am I okay with giving love if I don't receive it?
I think I am. I wasn't for a really long time. Rejection hurt. It was scary. I wanted no part of it. If I thought I would be rejected, I wouldn't do something. I wouldn't even try. So I think I'm ready. I know I am ready. I'm ready. And that's really exciting.
You're ready. Notice how that's even a different answer from before, where you were using words like, I need to, I have to, I should. Now you're like, I am.
I'm doing.
Yeah, it's here.
As a 4 on the Enneagram, I'm not necessarily a doer. I'm a feeler. And so I struggle with doing. So the fact that I'm doing this is amazing.
what's interesting is that makes even more sense when you honor that piece of you, because you've always been so full, and now it's in what was not like creating equilibrium. That wasn't like creating the balance, is finding ways to channel how you feel, the energy that you have. And so how it's shown up was before just like being in it, feeling it, wanting things, but not actually getting them. And so it would be cyclical either in your mind or in your aura. And now you're like, okay, you've learned one thing you can definitely do all the time, which is heart hugs. And in those moments, you've been able to share those like very intimate connections. You talk about too how the one that we had felt different from others, and that shows where the relationship is at between the two of the individuals. So yourself, are you fully giving and receiving? Where is your mind? What are you thinking about the other person? And for the same thing for the other person, are they in their head? Have they experienced this before? Are they really that open? Do they believe in spirituality? Are they closed off? There's a lot of questions there's a lot of like factors that get involved. The reason why ours were so powerful is because we are both that open and willing to share that energy. You were in a space of not of fully receiving and giving. It wasn't a space of like needing it. It just was. And because of that, the exchange was beautiful. So beautiful. And where everyone is at is also just as valid. If someone's not in a space to give their all to a complete stranger, that's okay. That's 100% okay. You could step into curiosity and ask, like, how'd you feel about that? What were you expecting? What would you like to see happen in the future? And that kind of like, that's where you can begin to have further conversations, and who knows how that can develop. I'm curious, have you had an opportunity to do a heart hug with your partner?
I have not.
And why is that?
I could. I feel like he's very supportive. He wants me to do what's going to make me happy and fulfilled. And I think that's amazing. He also comes at things from a different point of view. He's very scientific and likes facts. And this is all little new to him, as it is to me. But it may be a little intimidating for him. So I don't know. I guess I should just bite the bullet, and he would do it for me. I know he would do it for me if I asked him to. He would probably giggle, but we would do it. Actually, he may take it seriously.
Does it have to be serious?
It never is. Not with us. It's never serious. That's not true. We have serious moments.
You can have your serious moments, but what is a heart hug?
It's sharing energy and joy.
Right. The fact that he would giggle and you know that he would giggle, you're sharing energy and joy. So
that's true.
I see you like looking for ways to complicate it in the way how he might see it and how you may have been trained to see it. And what we're doing here is unlearning how all of this is naturally already happening. A heart hug is a hug. I'm calling it a heart hug and making it specific, but like you've been hugging people your entire life. The only thing now is you're being more intentional about the hug. It's not like you haven't hugged your husband or kissed your husband or anything like that. Is he your husband? Okay, just checking. It's more so we're changing the words to support you in changing how you see it and reintroducing something that's already been there so you can tap more into intuition, attach more love, and grow together and more deeply. The fact that you already know that he's going to do it is incredible. And even if he doesn't, just by the hypothetical, he's still supportive in his own right, and you get to respect that. So how does that feel?
It feels amazing, and it makes me want to go get him and bring him in and give him a heart hug right now. But he's in a meeting. Otherwise, we'd be hugging it out. And I'm really excited to actually exchange that energy with him.
Right. And he doesn't have to understand the whole process. You don't have to explain it. You could just simply say, can I hug for 20 seconds? It's something that my coach requested of me. Or you could take full ownership and say, I want to hug you for 20 seconds and see what happens. And you let me know if you feel anything, but I know I will feel something. Imagine that.
Oh, I'm excited. Now I can't wait. How do you do this? I love you. You're amazing.
When it comes to, again, when it comes to like coaching and like holding space like this, I give my all to the best of my ability, and you receive and give the same thing. And that's why they become so powerful in such a short period of time. People think that like, how can you get so much in such a short period of time? It's not even about time. Time is an illusion, because people could take years to get to a point of feeling like they're open enough to share in love with someone else. If they ever get to that point, when we're designed differently, we can do it instantaneously, at least us, you know? And that's something that we deserve to honor with how our brains also operate, which I want to just tie back into. The way that we can be considered impulsive, the way that we've been considered distractible. It's in another way we're being so present with what is in front of us. There's this sense of like now in everything we do. And so you are the perfect person to receive it in this specific way. And someone else is the perfect person to receive it in a different way. And that's also what I see between you and your husband, how you complement each other, because you're also very different. So I bet there's like so much room for growth and like fully understanding who each person is as individuals. Mm-hmm. Like you got to really respect and love them when they're that different.
You have to, because otherwise it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
I'm just so happy. I feel like these are things that I should have realized or recognized a long time ago that I've never been able to put words to before. And you just look at me and you listen to me and you figure out what it is that I'm trying to say, and you say it, and it's so eloquent. And I wish I had realized that, you know, it's energy flows freely, and I could have harnessed this a long time ago, and I wasn't open to it. And now I'm opening up, and I think it's really nice.
I acknowledge you in what you're saying. Like there's so many things that I wish I knew when I was younger, or I wish I had the resources. And we are meant to find out these things exactly when we find them out. And what I have gathered from that point is that's what makes our purpose so powerful. So notice all the things that you may have been frustrated about or wish that you had. That's you also stepping into a purpose so that other people could get access sooner. See, you talk about, I wish I had this. I wish I had this. What is it that you wish you had? And give that to people who are 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, however, who never knew they needed it.
Honestly, Andy, I feel like that's exactly what you do. And that's what, when I recognized that in you, I said, that's what I want to do. Whatever he does, that's for me. I don't know. I didn't know what gift you had, what it was that drew me to you, but whatever it was, I knew I needed it in my life. So I'm really blessed to have you. Thank you for all your help.
I appreciate that. And it's like, that's what I realized for myself. and you're realizing it now for you. So let's make it more tangible. What about this did you wish you had?
Oh, a safe place to explore, a safe place to learn, a supported place to learn something different other than the ways of the Baptist church. That's how I was raised, and that's not really who I am anymore, and that's okay. But it took me a long time to be able to say that's okay and really feel that it's okay for me not to be part of an organized religion and really just want to focus on this energy. So I would want a safe place and someone who could guide me to where I need to be to help me learn that. And I feel like that's what you have been for me and what I could be for someone else doing this.
That's what Cowgirl in the Crystal Shop is.
Yes.
It's a safe space for people to explore, and they don't need to know what their destination is. Just know that this is a safe space to try to find out with other people. And this is going to evolve as you evolve, but at least you have a starting point, a foundation, and begin to build that. Look at how we started this, right? We're live stream now, and you are fully here and connected. Now here, this is what's interesting, and this is us honoring our own brains, right? Because we subconsciously know that it's streaming, it puts us in a position of actually more focus. Isn't that interesting?
It is.
It's like all this chaotic energy that would typically go in all these other places are like, right?
Yes.
Because that's what I experience when I go live. And I never actually talked about this before. But when I go live, I'm present. And that's what is attractive to being live. And like, I've asked people before, like, when you go live, do you have like this whole prepared thing? And some people, yeah, but that's how they are. And for me, I don't ever like prepare like that. I might have some things, but there is no script or anything. I just go for it. You have that gift already, naturally. So what we would have considered as like what's the word? A disability is our superpower. We can operate without a script. We are the most present.
That's amazing to me because my whole life I grew up acting. And I've always said, I think I did it because I was so scared to be myself and really open up myself to other people that it was easier to hide behind a script, to pretend to be someone else for a time. And I felt so much more comfortable doing scripted acting than improv ever because I never wanted to be myself and have people really see me for who I was. It was easier to be someone else's character. And so for you to give me this power, which I had, I just didn't know it was there. This is me taking it. I don't have to hide behind a script.
Right. And look at how your golden wings are just here, like so expansive.
Thank you.
And this is not to discount other people who are like, I don't have that brain, but I'm still very present. It's not about that. It's about you specifically and the people that may resonate with this, and just be understanding that there are things that we may have believed because we're either taught to believe it or it was subconscious or what have you. And to see you receive this and feel affirmed is affirming to me too, because it's like I am on the right path. And to talk about me is a whole nother thing. What I love here, and is to go back to you, is that we have come to that point today after a few sessions where there were ideas of things you want to do, and we're moving forward and making it happen in front of you. So to say, so here's the one of the takeaways from this: body doubling works well for you. What is body doubling? Body doubling is holding space for someone to follow through with tasks that they say they're going to do, but not might actually do, not because they don't want to, but because either their brain is designed differently or they are just resisting it so bad. So body doubling is this, where let's just have you do it while I'm here. And so we stepped into that. So that's the first thing. Body doubling works well for you. Second thing, we started here, Cowgirl and Crystal Shop. You've been talking about doing it for so long now, but haven't taken action. It was like you fell in love with the idea, but that's all it was, just an idea. And now, but you've been so used to falling in love with ideas that it's of course uncomfortable or scary or just not in your space of mind to consider what it actually feels like to get it done, right? And that's object permanence, which is with ADD. If it's not in front of us, if it's not here, then we're not going to do it. So literally, like if it's not here, so that's why they tend to be late. And it's like, it's so funny. And this is not to justify the mental differences either. It's just to say, once you know, you can make those changes. So knowing that this worked, knowing that this started, you can see how you will function afterwards. Like, okay, I started Cowgirl in the Crystal Shop and just like this initial video. What's next? What would get me to do the next thing? Does that make sense? Like, how do you feel about it?
I just need to learn how to live stream. I'm that 36-year-old who doesn't know how to use the interwebs or the Google box or the book face, none of it.
And that's okay. Like, that's why, that's another thing is to like learn to make requests.
Okay.
Asking people or asking the universe, like, how do I do this? And then putting it out there and then finding someone that can help you. Like, I can definitely help you. If you were to ask that question, how do I live stream? I can help you live stream. This is just
how do I live stream?
Well, this is just one way, right? Through Zoom. And this goes straight to YouTube. The reason why I chose this route is because we're already on Zoom and you talked about wanting to start YouTube. So this is your initial video. Plus you wanted me on there and you wanted to share with people. Like, so it all connects. It was just a matter of, so what you basically did was stack all the things that you knew you wanted. And then what I did was open the door so we can make it happen. Does that make sense? But I just opened the door. This is all still you. Like, this is still you on YouTube. This is still live streaming. This is still you sharing vulnerably. And I know that whoever you share this video with will be impacted in some capacity. I've already shared it with a ton of my clients, like while we were talking, because it's like, who knows what they'll get out of it? Because I like, just from your story, your willingness to share your piece, I can now openly share with specific clients that may be going through stuff with that resonate with your specific story. I sent one to someone who's looking to start a metaphysical crystal store or whatever. I sent one to someone who is working through religion and understanding who it is in spirituality. I sent it to another two people who I just know overall want to more deeply connect in community. One with filmmaking and creating documentaries, connecting her ancestral past to the modern world and breaking the concept of colonization. Like, there's so much that people are doing, but I'm only one person and there's only so much I can do on my own to put ourselves out there like this. We've just made some shortcuts to connect you with those people. What's great about these people that I just mentioned, 4 of them are here. I think. Yeah. At least 3 are here in San Diego.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
This is the power of sharing your story.
Oh my gosh.
And the other thing I want to mention too is that you weren't looking to present yourself. You were just being you, which goes back to what's most important. When we look back at this, the last 50 minutes, but probably the last 30 to 40 that was live streamed, I would say the most powerful moment was when you did break down, because that was you being vulnerable and recognizing that this is what you actually did need, not advice, not someone telling you like what to do, how to do it. Because there are certain things you ask me like, how do I tap into this? Like, let's go back to you. And here you are being like, I had all the answers this whole time. It's like, well, yeah, but we got to get to helping you see what those answers are, and then you taking action. I might like nudge you a little bit, like, starting the live stream. But that was just one little step to your 99 other steps beforehand. How does that feel?
It feels incredible. And I want to thank you for starting the live stream so I could have my 99 things. I feel really good. I feel really whole right now, like in a little bubble.
How do you feel about what do you want to do after this? Like to like solidify all the learnings and shifts that you've experienced?
I'm gonna go give my husband a heart hug when he's out of his meeting. So we're gonna solidify that way. And I'm going to put this out there. I'm gonna do at least one video a week. One video a week, at least.
Okay.
That's concrete, and I can be held accountable for that.
How will you let me know about these videos that you're
I'm
posting?
gonna tag you in them.
Okay, perfect.
Of course.
Tag me in our group, the Live It fam. So then, because I'm to keep all the conversations in one place. And hey, why don't you just share that too? Share it in the chat.
Okay.
Like that you are launching another video.
Thank you. I'll have to launch or put this in the chat too, unless you already did that, which you may have already done because you're amazing.
Well, you can still do it. If anything, I would encourage you to do so. And I'm actually, how do you feel about for the rest of our sessions, we live stream?
If you're okay with that, I'm great with that.
This is funny because this is manifestation. It was just a matter of timing and just trusting the timing. I've been wanting to work with someone live forever. But the thing is, not everyone is where you're at in this space. So you may have put yourself down in other capacities, but you are well ahead in this specific capacity because you're naturally here. You see that difference? And I recognize that some of the people I've asked, yeah, it has worked out, or it may be more like structured or just in a different capacity, but this is the first time this has happened in this way with the least amount of resistance because it's the most aligned.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I'm so glad this worked out and that this is how it happened. It's just unbelievably cool.
So, because I also like to get tangible, I'm hearing you say you'll do 3 videos on your own and 1 like session like this every month.
Yes.
So that's total 4. So you really don't have to worry about 3 every month.
Okay.
How's that feel?
It feels great. And I'm going to go figure out my content, but not script it, just what I'm going to work with.
Right. And you've already pulled up a lot, even in this call, but you've also shared before some topics that you'd like to talk about. What are some of them?
I want to work with different kits from the crystal shop where I work, and really I want to learn to meditate better. I would like to figure out how to really work with crystals. This does not look appropriate. Crystals. There's so many things I want to explore.
Coaching with me, crystals, and meditation with, whatever you get from the crystal shop or whoever you'd like to bring on. You're also talking about, what was the other one that you said? You could do one about heart hugs and your journey on that.
Yes. Oh, good. Yes.
Because we jumped right into this. So anyone watching this, we just jumped into this. So this may be for you, but it is mostly for us. For now, until you say something, oh my God, this resonated. And even maybe just talking about where you got the idea of Cowgirl from the Crystal Shop. That's your next 4 videos. So done. You're set, you're done. You could just watch this video again and be like, okay, I got it.
Let me take some notes.
Right.
Wow. I'm so excited. We did it.
We did. I'm glad that you what's your biggest takeaway from this?
Always have a tissue handy, because if you cry, you'll have little snotties under your nose, which is really not cute. But also
beautiful and normal.
Thanks. Also, I feel like the possibilities are endless. I feel like so much has just opened up, and I'm really excited for what's to come and what's happening right now.
I'm excited too.
Thank you.
So this has been very powerful. You have your action steps, heart hug with your husband, your content. There are schedule the next coaching session with me, and we're just gonna jump right into a live stream of this, just like this. And then also content about Cowgirl in Crystal Shop, meditation and crystals, and heart hugs, and you're set. You have one of the first things you said before is I know I have the energy. It seems erratic, but what do I do with it? Now that you have things to focus on for that energy, it's not all over the place. It's now I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this. And that's even more powerful.
It feels incredible. I'm just going to spread my little wings.
Woo!
Golden wings. I believe I can fly. I need to do some toning.
You're good. Cool. So then I'm excited to hear from you about all the things posted in our Living It fan page. And this was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I will talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Bye.
Don't forget to set up that next call.